Go live.
Let's go live now. I forgot to wash my hands.
There is no.
They smell like onions.
All right, so I'm going to play a couple of intros. We got 3 trailers playing. I got the Veronica trailer playing right now.
Yeah, I was kind of confused when I looked it up on Netflix to download it to my phone. I was like, what? There's 2 fucking Veronica movies that came out in 2017?
Yeah, no, the one is the Spanish movie with a nun who can't see. It wasn't bad. I mean...
Jared, is Inferno on Blu-ray?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I have to upgrade.
I actually got it in the Dario Argento collection that came with Deep Red, Inferno, and Cat of Nine Tails. I think it has a standalone Blue Underground, but I got it because it was cheaper to buy 3 movies than to buy Inferno by itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I absolutely need that.
Because I think Inferno is going for like $30 or more just by itself.
Don't you dare tell me that. The thing I like about Inferno versus Suspiria is how much it delves into the 3 mothers. You know, it goes into the mythos more, which I really like. In the beginning, it's fantastic when she goes under the water and all that.
Oh, God. That part's freaking, like, panic-inducing.
Yeah.
All right, right now the Truth or Dare trailer's playing because they said that I bet you can't finish watching this trailer. One of those fucking movies.
Shit, you're right. You're at $30, man.
Yeah, the Dario Argento collection has Deep Red, Cat of Nine Tails, and Inferno in it.
Dario Argentino Nino.
Yeah.
Oh, did he burp? You need to be quiet while we're on, okay, babe?
And if you guys just give me a heads up if I'm making any sound when I talk or if I'm echoing, that'd be great.
Sound good.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I guess it'd be okay to share the Friday the 13th contest video.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even think about that. What's wrong with this trailer?
It's by the people who produce Get Out, and all the sites are saying, "Bet you can't finish watching this scary trailer."
So it's a Blumhouse movie?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Blumhouse or Get Out is a Blumhouse film. I guess it doesn't matter if it's just the producers, though.
It's funny, we have 7,000 people that follow our page. We have 5 people watching. I don't get it. It's probably because we don't have Baron on anymore. Anybody hear anything from Ray Canella? Because he's been MIA on Facebook.
I have not.
You know, he had health problems at one point last year. Hopefully he's not dealing with that again.
And the third trailer is Human Guinea Pig.
Truth or Dare? Yeah, it is Blumhouse.
Okay. Because they did Happy Death Day too, I think.
I like that movie. It's a fun, different slasher.
Was after this.
There's another movie that they say it's supposed to be scarier than The Exorcist. Like something about family. I can't remember what it's called.
Very live.
Good night.
So tonight we're talking the Oscars for a little bit. Little bit. How won the Oscars. And we're going to talk about movies that actually people can't finish all the way through. Talk a little bit about New Jersey Horror Con and the things that happen there. We're going to talk about new releases, show off some of our stuff that we got. So everyone watching right now, it's going to be a fun time. Song of Solomon.
Oh, Stephen Barrow's new one.
I want to see it.
It looks interesting. He swears up and down that the multiple pupiled eyes he came up with before the Mummy did.
What is this trailer I'm watching?
It's a Human Guinea Pig, Song of Solomon.
American.
Oh, Jessica Cameron. I know that name. Brian, would you like to cut together a Apogee Comics giveaway video that I do?
Yeah, sure. Let me know what you want.
I'll
Just don't be like, I need this video in like 20 minutes.
No, we're trying to. I think it's gonna be kind of the same deal, trying to get more likes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be, I don't know. It doesn't like a week from now or something like that. So we'll probably need it. Oi. Hey, Jared, did you see that guy giving away or selling Roy Burns masks on the
All right, we're getting ready to go live on Facebook.
I don't think so.
I'll have to show it to you. They look really good. You're cheaper than Frankie.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our episode of THS Lives here tonight. We are so excited to talk about the Oscars and how the horror world just swept everything that night, including Guillermo del Toro kicking so much monster ass. We're going to talk about movies such as Veronica, and is it really the scariest movie out there on that or in the world that people are just shutting off halfway through because they can't fucking handle it? Well, we're going to talk about other movies where people can't handle that are actually pretty gruesome, horrific, such as the Garbage Pail Kids. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about NJ HorrorCon and a couple other things that we got going on, like such as stuff that we've collected throughout the week and such. But yeah, I know that we had some audio issues last time with my part. I just hope that today it'll be a little bit better, and that way you can hear me and not be such an echo. But anyway, my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me here at Brian Enright on Facebook, but you can follow me at the Horror Jew over on the Twat universe, the Twitter and the Instagram universe, and see all my fun pictures. And also join the VHS Midnight Presentation page, which is also on Instagram as well. It's our sister site here at the Horror Syndicate. Up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, good evening.
Good evening, Brian, and all the other boils and ghouls at home. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau, or follow me also on Twitterland at zombie_survivor. Back to you.
All right. Up next, we have our president and Fuhrer, Razor. Ray, good evening.
Hey, everybody. Same deal. Razor _ right somewhere there. _33 at on the Twitter. You can follow my comic page, Apogee Comics. Trying to get to 2,000 likes. Help us out. I currently have Inferno on my TV. Dario Argentino.
It's Argentino Nino.
Argentino. I also want to give a shout out to our buddy Mike Lombardizzi. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Right, 67?
67 years young.
He's enjoying a DiGiorno pizza for all of us.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. So we got a couple things going on, such as the Oscars. We'll not go as much into it as we did last week. We're only getting into it because, hey, horror pretty much won the entire night. Guillermo del Toro, who is a fucking god, in my opinion, when it comes to making modern creature movies. And he also praises John Carpenter. He had a whole beautiful segment that was posted on all of his about all of his Twitter comments about how John Carpenter is the man and movies are ahead of his time and John Carpenter doesn't give a shit. But we're going to talk about Guillermo del Toro. He won. He basically won. He won Best Picture, Shape of Water. And people will say, hey, it's not really a horror movie. It's a creature feature. Fuck off, people. He said the same shit in 1990 with Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask a question about. I've yet to see that movie, but it's on my list. But was he going to direct the Universal's Creature from the Black Lagoon? And is this what it would have been?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
I saw something somewhere that he was supposed to do Creature from the Black Lagoon, but Universal didn't like his take, and this is his take. So
that's an interesting idea, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but
I mean, definitely see the similarities for sure.
Yeah, and then the character of the creature, the whatever it is, somebody said it looks like a mix between Gilman and Abe Sapien from Hellboy. So a couple of things I've heard over the past week. I really want to see it. It looks really good. Yeah, and you know what? It's got a monster in it, and to me, that reads horror. It's got some scares from what I hear, and there's some moments of dread. Come on, people! Just because it won Best Picture doesn't mean it's not a horror movie.
So some fighting words there, Ray.
Yeah.
Why?
You said it wasn't horror.
No, I didn't. I said it is a horror movie.
Flip this table. Oh, okay, sorry.
I did. I said it's got a monster in it. It's got some moments of dread from what I hear.
It's got Michael Shannon in it. Michael Shannon, anything he touches is horrific.
Yeah, pretty much.
Horrifically fucking good.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
We also have to give a big shout out to Jordan Peele and Get Out, because I mean he won a Best Original Screenplay, and apparently he made history because he was the first African American to win original screenplay at the Oscars. Apparently there's been 2 other African Americans voted for Best Original Screenplay, but he was the first one to actually win it. So that's really fucking awesome.
Yeah, and Get Out's a really great movie.
Yeah,
good comedy.
Very much deserved for that award.
Yeah, it was a comedy, all right. I think the only comedic part was like the TSA guy, but Golden Globes didn't see it that way.
Oh, that Get Out was fantastic. It was phenomenal.
Would you consider it a horror movie that you couldn't finish watching all the way through because it was just too intense?
No, man, Get Out. You have to. You want to see what happens at the end. So you're gonna. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm mesmerized by the girl who her nipples are like brown. In Inferno, she just got out of the water, blasted nips, and they're like dark. Anyway, no, that's the thing. How can you not finish a horror movie unless it's terrible? That's the only way I could not finish a horror movie, except for your list. I don't plan on watching any of those movies.
Yeah.
We should go through that list, and anybody who's watching can let us know if they've either seen or would ever want to see. The only one I think I've seen parts of is Necromantic.
That's Ray Cannell's favorite movie.
I thought his favorite movie was Blood Diner.
No, he talks about Necromantic, how it's just I don't think he could watch that through. But I'll have to ask him next time I talk to him if that's something that he watches all the way through.
I don't get this bullshit about you can't Veronica, you can't sit through the whole thing. My buddy Nick, who's a novice horror fan, he got through it. It's like I don't see the big problem. Brian, did you watch it?
I did. It was okay at best. I mean, it wasn't the scariest movie I've ever seen. It wasn't a movie that I could turn off halfway watching it because I was so frightened by it. It was a Spanish movie. It was based on true events that happened in Madrid in 1991 about this girl getting taken over by some type of entity. It's basically about this girl who hangs out with other friends at this Catholic school she goes to. They go to the basement. They bring in a Ouija board, and they try to bring back Veronica's dad. And they end up, just like Insidious, they bring back some sort of entity that isn't who they wanted. And the entity kind of haunts Veronica, and it's kind of like a slow burn. But it was decent. It wasn't a bad movie, and it's in subtitles. I can't tell you how many people got pissed off watching Veronica. Like, if you go to like a lot of these horror sites, horror pages on Facebook, they're like, I don't like Veronica. I don't like subtitles. I don't read subtitles. My favorite thing that someone said is the only French I want in my life is fries and kisses, and I threw up in my mouth. I'm like, what?
Even though the movie's in Spanish.
Yeah, but still,
maybe that's the reason they turned it off halfway through, because they got tired of reading subtitles.
This is not French. It's like bullshit. But no, I mean, you'd be surprised at like all of these people who are like, I don't want to watch this movie. It has subtitles. And, I'm a horror fan, but I don't watch movies that have subtitles. Why?
Yeah, why?
You're missing out on a lot of horror movies then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I watch movies in English, in English dialogue with subtitles because I have a child. And, when she's not around, I still watch them in hard for hearing subtitles in English because it just, there's some points in the movie where I don't know what the hell's going on. But if I feel like I'm reading it, I'm just like, oh, okay. This is what's going on, because sometimes you can't hear people whispering in movies, especially horror movies. Like they're like, oh, and the subtitles is just like, I found a cookie in the basement. I was going to eat it, but there's a deadite. So I don't know. It's like
your fruit salad.
Yeah,
in the fruit cellar.
So one of the things that bothers me about this movie, Veronica, and people saying it's hard to watch and scariest movie, whatever, that actually keeps me away from ever wanting to watch it. So I'm not going to fall for that. I don't fall for that bullshit. Probably because
it's a marketing tactic. It's now other sites are using it for other movies, like the Truth or Dare trailer I played earlier. Like some sites like, people are turning off this trailer halfway through because it's too horrific and they can't handle it. Everyone who just tuned into the Horror Syndicate, the THS Lives, as we played it, it was the second trailer in. If you made it this far, you're gonna be fine. It's a marketing strategy.
Yeah. So it's like they're trying.
You broke up, Jared.
To try to get more people to watch it.
Yeah, it's fucking crap. But it worked. I gotta give it to them. It worked. And every horror Facebook page you go to will always talk about Veronica and be like, "Have you seen Veronica? Did you see Veronica? Is this movie really worth it?" And the best thing I heard today on one of the horror pages I follow is, "Get out. Has anyone seen Get Out? Is it worth $15? It's like, shut up. Go see the fucking movie. It won an Academy Award. But,
yeah, I saw Veronica when she kicked Archie in the balls.
Yeah. Skank. So we got any comments here on Facebook? Anyone watching? What?
Somebody agreed with something one of us said, but I'm trying to find out. There's a movie that I put up a trailer for a couple of months ago or a month ago. That's supposedly one of the scarier movies to come out. It's due out this year, but I can't remember what it's called offhand. So I'm looking to see on our website what that movie is, so I can tell people to go check out the trailer. So,
I know what it is. I know what you put. It's Zombie 5: The Killing Birds.
That's it. That's the one.
That's what it is.
Oh my god. God.
Yeah, sales for that movie spiked after our last broadcast, apparently.
I know. It's the most sales that movie will ever get in its entire lifetime. I don't even want to talk about it during the show because I don't want people buying it. There's no reason for people to buy it.
So maybe Amazon is out of stock now.
Well, they were low stock before, weren't they?
Yeah, it's that movie where you cannot get it as a standalone. You have to get it as a zombie triple pack. And the bonus part of that pack is that it's cheap, and you get 2 other barely watchable movies.
Craptastic movies.
Craptastic movies.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Hereditary. That movie. Have you guys heard of that one?
No. Oh, wait, yeah. I did. Yeah. But tell us about it.
I don't know anything about it except for, well, it's not out yet. The only thing I know is when Ellen, the matriarch of the Graham family, passes away, her daughter's family begins to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry. I'm gonna go ahead and post it on the Horror Syndicate Facebook page for anybody interested in seeing it. I don't know. The trailer looked good to me, but I have a hard time, with people saying it's the scariest movie since The Exorcist, when The Exorcist to me was never really even terrifying. My son Reynolds calls it the boring movie. He's seen it and he's called it the boring movie. Kept asking me when it was going to be over.
It's kind of hard to declare a movie the scariest movie when it hasn't even released yet. Like there's no buzz behind it or whatever.
You gotta wait till it's been out for a while. And you know what movie kind of didn't terrify me, but had me on the edge of my seat, had my heart pumping a little bit, was that Autopsy of Jane Doe. I really liked that movie, and that's one that gave me the feels of the, not terrifying or anything, but like that made me kind of, I don't know,
squeamish.
I don't know if it's squeamish or if it's just, I don't know. It made me feel good in a horrific way, if that makes sense.
Because you knew horror was alive and well with it. I mean, you're not the only one that I've heard good things about that film. I still haven't seen it yet. I need to.
It's cheap, too, to buy. Super cheap. It's like, let me check again. On Amazon. Oh, by the way, Jared, I found the Arrow UK version of Inferno for $16.
Ooh.
You have to be region-free for that, but I'm going to try to be.
Yeah, I still have yet to make the jump to region free, but
I think I'm going to because there's a lot of stuff that Arrow releases. Dude, it's $10 right now on Amazon.
Jeez.
Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's usually like 15 or 16, so if you get a chance, you might want to jump into that. Yeah. Where'd Brian go? I was off the screen for a few minutes.
He just got up.
Bounced. Veronica. And it looks like our pictures aren't on. Can anybody hear us right now? Because it's stuck on like a pause screen from Veronica. Veronica today, it was so average that I thought I'd watch the wrong one. You may have watched the wrong one, Steve.
There are 2 of them, yeah.
There are 2 of them on there. apparently. Both Spanish too, right, Jared?
Yeah, they both have Spanish actors in them. I think the one is directed by somebody named Pasco.
Okay.
Because I did some investigating once I saw there was 2 films. I want to say the one that everybody's been talking about was directed by somebody named Pasco.
Pascal from Pet Sematary?
Pasco?
It's like Paranormal Activity when they showed the audience freaking out. Yeah, that Paranormal Activity, I'm not going to lie. I actually kind of like those movies. As a matter of fact, Katie Featherstone's going to be at Days of the Dead in June, so I'd like to meet her because I like her. And I want to tell her a story about Elizabeth Cadying me. Anyway.
Paco. His name is Paco. Paco Plaza.
Damn it. I was hoping it was Victor Pascal.
Brian, somebody in the comments said they may have watched the wrong Veronica.
Oh, man. Well, I guess you're going to have to watch the right Veronica.
Or the other Veronica. Who knows what? He said it was just average. And he wasn't sure if he watched the right movie. That was Steve Hall.
All right. So the Veronica that you need to watch is the one with the nun who is blind.
Right. And not the one with the accent mark on the top of Veronica.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I got to show you guys some cool stuff. So I finally got the Joel Robinson Suspiria poster framed. I'll have to hang this bad boy up.
That's cool looking.
Yeah. Did Scream Factory release a Suspiria yet? Or are we still waiting on that?
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Right,
I think it might come out soon. I know it was announced because I've got a Korean Blu-ray import of it.
And this is my I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday poster signed by everyone who showed up.
What the hell is that? That is beautiful.
Yeah, I got framed and everything. From the cast to the directors. It was definitely awesome hanging out with them at the NJ HorrorCon. Mike Lombardo, man, his movie, watching it on the big screen in front of everyone, it was a really cool experience. And like, I got to talk to him about his movie and, ask him a few questions about what was going on, how did the apocalypse start and everything. He gave some pretty cool answers. He left it kind of open, kind of like movies where they just have they don't have any answers to the questions, like Cube, like why is the cube there, what's outside of the cube. It's kind of like that's I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, and he went into like the theories that people have been having and everything, and it's a pretty concept. If you're out there and you see I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday premiering at a film festival or whatnot, go see it. It's a lot of fun. It's sad, it's horrific, but it's fun. It's good old-fashioned apocalyptic fun.
Yeah, I really liked it. I didn't finish it before Mike was on the show, but I did a couple days later. The ending is very depressing, but it's really good. He did a really good job with writing the story, and then it looked great. Mm-hmm. One of the better shot films I've seen as far as indie horror goes. Mm-hmm. I'm really disappointed. Mike said he won't be at Horror Hound, or the film will be, but he won't be at Horror Hound or Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. I'll tell you what, Mike, if you watch this, you can stay in our hotel room at Indy if you can come up there.
Woo!
With me, Brian, and Jared. We'll stay.
Right.
Bow wow.
Party naked. Do a live episode on Chatterbait.
Yep, that'll be just you and Mike. But anyway.
Woo! And we're going to race each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when he gets a chance to put the DVD together for that. So I can add it to my collection of real splatter movies.
I can't wait for it either. He said that he's looking for a Christmas release. Or so I think.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe. But I hope to see it. They played a few other movies at the film festival. They played the Violence Movie Part 2. Violence Movie is a short movie about Jason Voorhees, copycat. I'll have to go check it out again, but it's fun and it's violent. They played John Russo's My Uncle John is a Zombie, which is basically the documented aftermath of the events that happened after the Night of the Living Dead. About how John Russo is a zombie celebrity and he sells products and there's people trying to shut him down like the mob. And it was interesting. They also had... What's that?
Does he talk?
Yeah, he does.
As a zombie, he talks?
Yeah, he talks, and he also has a lube commercial where he's a zombie. It's a pretty interesting movie. They also... Zombie Glide. They had a couple other movie screeners, such as 90s classics Detroit Rock City, and the 80s classic Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead. And Danielle Harris was there. The crew from Hatchet, or I'm sorry, Victor Crowd. Actually, the Hatchet series. Let's save that.
Yeah.
Because Derek Mears was in Hatchet 3. And the rest of the cast was in Victor Crowley. So it was cool to see them there. Adam Green had his little terrier with him that he was carrying around. I forget what type of dog it is, but he was there. Bai Ling was there. I don't know if you guys remember Bai Ling.
Yeah. Her scenes were cut from Star Wars because she posed in Playboy.
What?
And he mutes the mic and walks away.
That was years ago. She wouldn't pose in Playboy now.
So was she not in Star Wars at all?
I
don't know. I mean, that's just weird to cut her scene.
She was supposed to be in Episode 3 as one of the Senate members, Revenge of the Sith. And Playboy got her to pose, and it was a small pictorial. I actually have it. And they cut her scenes from the movie because of it. So
that's not right. I mean, people have been nude and have had successful careers. I think it might have been more than that, but it wouldn't be now. It definitely wouldn't be Bai Ling now in like Playboy or anything like that. She's a nice woman. She's nice, but she's not 1992 The Crow nice. I mean, she still looks good.
Well, she was still kind of young. I mean, like, if we're getting into her age, if that's where you're going, I think she was still in her like early 30s, early 40s.
Mm. Yeah, completely understandable. Who else did they have? They had a lot of people there. John Dugan was there. Good old Grandpa John Dugan.
Yeah,
I saw him for a little bit. And he was pleasant. Him and his, when you have conversations with John Dugan, he does the Irish goodbye, where you'll be having mid-conversation, and he'll be like, aha, and then just walk away from you.
Yep. Something else is going on. I'm going there.
Yeah.
Look up Bai Ling on, search her name on Google. The first image that comes up is a nip slip of her. So.
Oh, good old Bai Ling nip slip.
Yeah, no, so she would have been 40 in episode 5 or episode 3 if she was in that. So.
Yeah, she was a hottie in The Crow. I mean, like, I don't know what happened, what they did to her in The Crow, but I was totally digging like the gothic Asian look.
Well, then she would have only been like 25 or 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but it was nice seeing her. It was nice seeing everyone else that showed up, and the regulars, the New Jersey horror scene regulars that just come around. Friday night was a little difficult because we had a huge snowstorm here, and not a lot of people showed up Friday night. And I know that there was some movies that were playing. I have the whole thing right here. Friday night they were playing short movies. They had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 panel that night on Friday. And then they had the Detroit Rock City. And then they had a Q&A with the producers. And then so that was Friday, and not a lot of people went out for Friday. And then I guess got good. They had an after party show with a couple of punk rock bands. It was like a punk rock after show. But it was kind of weird to see that see them do it the weekend before Monster Mania, because Monster Mania is ginormous compared to any other convention that happens in New Jersey, except Chiller. But a lot of people, when I was waiting in line to like buy stuff from the vendors or like meet and greet with celebrities, everyone was talking about going to Monster Mania. It was kind of like, oh yeah, this is cool, but Monster Mania is the real deal next week. And it was like, holy shit! Like, enjoy your time here first before you talk about another convention, which is next week. But it just seemed a little weird that the two conventions were like next to each other. I don't know if it was like a choice with the New Jersey HorrorCon crew to do it the week before Monster Mania, but Monster Mania is just ginormous right now. They have people like Tim Curry and John Carpenter there, which is just those two names will probably just sell out the entire convention.
Jeez.
I definitely wanted to check it out, but money's tight.
Aren't they also having 4 of the Jasons in costume there for photo ops?
Yeah. So they have CJ Graham, Kane Hodder, who else?
Steve Dash and I want to say maybe Ted White.
I think Ted White.
Yeah. I saw Steve Dash's post on Facebook said he had lunch with Ted White.
92-year-old Ted White.
92-year-old Ted White. Good gravy.
Damn.
Still just rocking it.
And, it's great to see the Friday the 13th franchise just bloom now because of the video game. And, it's been blooming. We talked about it before on our episodes. But I'm excited that, Friday the 13th is relevant. Even though I didn't watch the series until I was an adult. Like, everyone watched them when they were kids. The only one I watched when I was a kid was Jason Takes Manhattan. And it was on cable. So, but yeah, I mean, the Friday the 13th franchise is what Friday the 13th franchise. What up? Got my Jason Voorhees jersey on. Yeah,
I'm excited about the Friday the 13th blowing up. I just wish they'd get on making another movie. Helena's got cookies.
Cookie.
Cool. I just showed Jared earlier today that up in his neck of the woods, they're going to have who was it? Was it Kurzinger? Thanks. Kurzinger, Derek Mears, and then someone else. From the first movie. What's his name? The Jason from the first movie. I'm blanking.
Jared Padalecki?
No. But anyway, they're going to have those 3, which I haven't gotten signed my books yet. So I'm thinking about heading down to Kansas City in July to get some autographs. So I still need
Crypticon.
I still need Ted White before he croaks because he's freaking old.
Aww.
He is, man. He's 92.
I think he was a good age. It's a good age to start a heavy metal band.
I mean, sure, Mike Lombardo's making his first movie at 92, but
he sure doesn't look 92, man. God, he ages well. Like a fine leather.
It's all that pizza. I'm hoping Mike catches the show later on. We need to get him back on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just the festivals are here, the conventions are here. If you want to meet your favorite celebrity before they're dead, go to a convention.
David Jeffrey says, haven't seen Veronica, but it's no Hell's Kitty.
Oh, yeah. David Jeffrey, thank you so much for covering Hell's Kitty. I bet you loved every fiber of that movie. Every second that went by, you were probably like, damn, my name is David Jeffrey, and I did it. I watched 5 minutes of this movie. I want to watch 5 minutes more. So
it does have some good genre familiars.
What's up?
It does have some good genre familiars. If I
Michael Berryman and Adrian Barbeau.
There's Michael Berryman in it from The Hills Have Eyes.
Wait, Adrian Barbeau's in it?
Where all the people that are in it.
I think so.
Yo, cool story about Adrian Barbeau, man. She
has huge tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land. Yeah, she talked about her marriage with John Carpenter and how John Carpenter was like always making like horror movies and writing horror scripts, but he would be afraid of bugs. Like there was a spider that went into the kitchen, and she said he screamed like a girl and ran. Like, I don't see it. I mean, why do we not make a movie about like bugs? John Carpenter.
Why didn't you make the remake of Them?
Ants. Oh, what that is? Them, they're ants.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh yeah, okay. So it had Michael Berryman. Hell's Kitty had Doug Jones. It had Courtney Gaines, who played Mordecai in the Children of the Corn. It had John Franklin, who was also in Children of the Corn.
Is that Malachi?
Yeah. Isaiah. It had Dale Midkiff, who was the dad in the original Pet Sematary.
Lewis, don't make me tell you twice.
Talking about movies that you can't finish watching. I used to watch Pet Sematary all the time when I was younger. Now that I'm a dad, I can't finish that movie. I don't know. Is that me? Is that just me or?
That's just you. That movie is fantastic. Even
First I play with Judd.
What?
Then I play with Mommy.
Now
I want to play with you.
And,
he's got that little fucking top hat on.
Not fair. It's not fair. I love that movie. I've grown more fond of it as I've gotten older. I don't see my kids running out in the middle of a road in a dangerous road that getting hit by a truck. So I'm cool with it. Plus, Miko Hughes comes back in New Nightmare.
Yeah, Miko Hughes was like the '90s kid. Like he was all about girls having vagina and boys having penises. Like in every movie he was in, and that was a Kindergarten Cop reference.
Kindergarten Cop.
He was like the '90s kid, and then it was like Jonathan Lipnicki, and then it was Haley Joel Osment. And then it was the weird kid from Star Wars who went to jail like multiple times. But like
Jake Lloyd?
Yeah. I can't keep calling them kids because they're people now. I mean, they've always been people, but like they're adults now. So I mean, they're nothing to me. I'm a real person.
Was it the kid from Gage from Pet Sematary and New Nightmare also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he was also the body double of one of the Child's Play films. Is that true or no?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll look it up. Miko. He was at a convention.
Yeah. Miko Hughes.
It could have been Vern Troyer because he was the body double for everything tiny in the 80s and 90s.
No, Vern Troyer was a body double in the movie Body Double.
Yep, and he's no Warwick Davis, who was
Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis is what I meant. This Vern Troyer is Mini-Me from Austin. Oh my God, Brian, come on, get it together. They're not the same people. Vern Troyer and Warwick Davis are not the same. Not the same. Not the same.
I don't see anything about Miko Hughes playing in Child's Play.
Okay. That must have been something I heard.
But he was on Full House.
I wonder who did play.
I feel like every child of the 90s was on Full House. Even Urkel was on Full House. So I think Steve Urkel, right? Yeah, I remember having like a Steve Urkel like he pulled the string back. He'd be like, did I do that? And then throughout the years, he pulled it straight. He'd be like, as the son of Lucifer, I shall shed the blood of the innocent. Because the batteries were dying.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Same thing with the Pee Wee Herman. Oh man, Paul Rubens. I haven't seen him in a minute. I would like to see him in more movies.
He did.
No, Jared, you broke up.
He did resurrect Pee Wee.
He did.
Yeah, wasn't it for Netflix?
Yeah. And he
had
did Pee Wee Herman on Broadway.
Hopefully not masturbating in the theater.
Yeah. You know what? Out of all the people who have done really shitty stuff in their careers, it's a shame that happened to Paul Rubens. Where it's just
masturbating by yourself in a porno theater. How many people did that?
Yeah. Like, he lost his entire fucking career because of it. It's bullshit. It's not like he posed nude for Playboy and wanted to be in Star Wars.
I don't know.
Francis. Fun fact: I got my wife to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure because she's just like, I love Tim Burton, and I'm just like, have you seen all Tim Burton's movies? Haha, nerd in me, yeah. Movie nerd. Have you seen all of them? And then I made her watch it.
First big one. That was his first big film.
It was, and
no Big Top Pee-wee, but whatever.
Big Top Pee-wee. Jesus. I am not treading those waters tonight, Ray.
No.
Big Top Pee-wee can swim in the lakes of fire with Howard the Duck and the Garbage Pail Kids.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
How dare you drag Howard the Duck through the mud?
No, I loved Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is Howard the Duck is the greatest comic book movie ever made. Anyone who disagrees, fuck off.
Or you can tell us now in the comments below.
Yeah, you can tell us in the comments below. Howard the Duck was ahead of its time. I don't care what anyone says. I know that the movie looked terrible when it first came out. But come on. It ages beautifully like a frozen duck in your freezer that no one's touched, but you thought it was a great idea that one time. Like, it's graceful. And Howard the Duck is one of those movies where you watch and you collect the action figures and then forget that you had the action figure until 20 years later when you're cleaning out your mom's basement. Like, that's Howard the Duck. Front on Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is a beautiful, beautiful creature in a movie drowning with duck tits. Like, that's the kind of movie that you need to watch again so many years later. They got away with duck tits. How many movies can you get away with showing nudity on animals and making it sexualized? You know, it's just like, look at these duck tits, you know, and they do sexualize it because Howard the Duck's like, whoa, you know.
What was the magazine called? Duck Boy or Bill Boy or something?
Yeah, I think it was Bill Boy. I'm not sure.
I know we're flying off the rails here, but in all seriousness,
Playbill or something like that. It was.
Yeah, Playbill. That might be it. I know we're going off the rails here, but in all seriousness, they could totally redo Howard the Duck in a rated R version. Like we're flying off the rails here.
It was Playduck. Playbill or something like that.
It is Playduck?
Yeah, Playbill. That might be it. We got
echoing. Yo, Howard the Duck, though. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I was so obsessed with Howard the Duck when I was a kid that I went from video store to video store to video store looking for a copy of Howard the Duck to rent. And no one had it. And it was bullshit. Like, it's like everyone just decided to take all their copies of Howard the Duck and bury them with E.T. on Atari cartridges in somewhere in the fucking desert and couldn't get Brian a copy. At least Howard the Duck was watchable, unlike E.T. for Atari. Like, you don't just do that. But I'm glad that they released Howard the Duck again so many years later. It is the golden goose of comic book movies, in my opinion.
Okay.
It is such a joy to
I
watch.
loved that
Howard the
movie
Duck.
when I was younger.
I did too. It's
I
probably
haven't seen
Tim Robbins' third best performance.
Yeah. It wasn't that. I didn't think it was that bad. But I was 7 when I saw it, so
It's one of those movies though. It's kind of like the Monster Squad. It was too mature for kids, but not mature enough for adults.
yeah. Well, and it also had interspecies erotica in it. So
Oh man, dude, Leah Thompson was so hot in that movie. Like that was like, dude, Leah Thompson in that movie was just like, being a kid at 6 years old and watching Leah Thompson in that movie, like, it's I'm not going to go into it.
I just posted something on your Facebook wall, Brian. Enjoy.
God damn you.
That's nothing bad.
I'm waiting.
I posted on the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page the girl from Irene Miracle that was in Inferno, her coming out of the water so you can see her nips blasting.
Yeah.
Blasting the duck nips.
Duck nips. God.
But you know what was cool about Howard the Duck? They had a pretty cool soundtrack. It was like
It did, actually.
Like, what's that one song that she sings as like the Cherry Bombs, and then like someone else covers it? Don't Turn Away or something like that. That had a pretty cool like guitar riff in the beginning, and like
There's a
it
couple
just had
of songs from that.
a pretty good riff. You don't get movies like that anymore. And I know we're venturing off into like something outside of horror, but it's Howard the Duck is just like a cult movie that I'm pretty sure will just keep bringing in people to love it throughout the years. Because it's a fun movie. It's not to be taken full-heartedly. It's not like Batman.
I wonder if they're gonna ever like broach the subject again, Marvel, because he was at the very end of Guardians of the Galaxy. Howard the Duck.
It was. Yeah, he was. It was a nice little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, it kind of makes me wonder if they're going to throw him into the universe a little bit more or something. I don't know.
I mean, I never read the comics, but the Howard the Duck was kind of a crass comic. Like it was like he cussed and stuff, and like I could really see that film being remade with a rated R rating. And he has a freaking cigar in his mouth and a bazooka on his back and a hot chick on his side.
So I post that picture 8 minutes ago, and we've got 8 likes on it already, and 3 people that don't even like the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page have found it. How does that even happen?
What picture is this?
It's the picture from Inferno of the girl coming out of the water.
Oh, yeah. Well,
blasting nips.
When she almost drowns at the beginning.
Yeah. One of the people who liked it is one Victoria Enright. Brian.
Oh, man. She loves Dario Argentino. She loves Infernio, and she loves Superia.
It's Infernino. Come on.
It's Infernino last time I checked.
Yeah.
Infernino. Yeah, man. She loves those movies. She loves movies about witches. But I'm afraid to introduce her into the Mother of Tears.
Why?
It's not that bad.
I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I think we talked. Hold on. I think about it before how if it was made earlier, it would have been better.
Yeah, I feel it's a lot. It's a lot like every Dario Argento movie that came out after 1990. Like it's
pretty much anything after opera.
Well, what was it, Jared? I think I was talking to you about Inferno, or not Inferno, Mother of Tears, how it was in production. He had written it, and they started putting it in production like 1982 or 83, or release of 84. But then he did Phenomena. Is that right?
Yeah, he did Phenomena,
and then he went on to do opera. And then opera, and so it never got done until they rewrote the script in like 2005 or 2004. And it was made in 2007. And the thing is, the Mother of Tears is actually in Inferno for a moment. So I wonder if they would use the same girl. She's the one holding the cat. The blonde with the great eyes. That's the
It's
rumor.
just disappointing where it seems like Fulci and Argento kind of lost everything in the mid to late 80s when the entire Italian film industry completely collapsed. Like all the funding went away, and Italy as a state stopped funding these projects because it was they funded it as a country, and like once they started losing the funding to these films, like the box office or the production of these films just completely fell away.
Yeah, it does suck. I think it's just like slasher movies, though, in a way that they just lost favor to the new thing. In the 90s, things started changing in horror all the way around. And, it wasn't just felt by the slasher genre. It was felt by Italian horror films, too, because those almost disappeared by the mid-90s. And then by the end of the 90s, they were pretty much gone.
Yeah, true.
It seemed like between the early 70s to about 90, 91, I'd say, was when they really it was like a good 20-year period because you had guys like Mario Bava, who I saw Brian watched. Which one did you watch? Did you watch Black Sunday or?
Watch Black Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good one. Bay of Blood, Black Sabbath, Lisa and the Devil. There's some good ones in there. And this comes from the last few years for me. I missed out because I started. It was funny because I started with watching Bava movies because they popped up on Netflix one day, and it was all these Lisa and the Devil, House of Exorcism, which is Lisa and the Devil Americanized with new scenes and an exorcism, and then I saw all the Fulci stuff and a couple of Argento movies on Hulu. Then I met Jared, and he's like, "Oh, you got to check all these other ones out." So I did, and I guess it's not too late to get into the Italian giallo or just Italian horror films in general. Because I don't know if you can call Fulci's movies giallo, but some people put them in there. Giallo is totally different from what Fulci was doing with most of his movies.
Yeah, he did do a couple of giallos.
Oh, absolutely. Well, wouldn't you call the New York Ripper? Yeah. Well, the New York Ripper kind of falls in that category also, I'd say.
Yes, wholeheartedly, yes.
Yeah, where movies like Zombie or The Beyond or, those movies are definitely not giallo movies.
Well, I think that giallo is just an expression called for Italian horror movies of the 20th century. Like, I think that you could probably put all the Fulci movies underneath, including, let me rephrase that.
Cardinals lost, David.
Was that?
David Jeffers said, Ray, the Cardinals are up 2-0 on the Astros in the 7th. No, they lost. It's already over. They lost 4-2.
Ryan, I don't want to correct you too hardcore, but giallos are kind of relegated to like mysteries thrillers. Yeah. The term came about because of these what we call them pennyback novels that were like dime store novels. They had these. In Italy, they had like an influx of them, and they all had yellow binding and yellow covers. And the translation of giallo or gialli is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they kind of took the term of Italian mystery thriller novels and turned it into a subgenre.
Mm-hmm. And, the first one that comes to mind for me, if I think of a giallo movie, is Deep Red, more than any of them. Because even Suspiria, I don't know, Suspiria and Inferno, I don't know if I could even fall, maybe kind of, be on both sides of just a horror film and a giallo film. But Deep Red is like the best, to me, is probably, and this is where I got confused. Remember, Jared, I didn't like Deep Red originally. Because I was expecting it to be more of a horror film where it's a straight up giallo, and that's I think the best. If you're going to show somebody the best giallo movie, maybe not the best one, but the best representation of a giallo, I'd say Deep Red would be one to show them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys could feel free to disagree or agree or not, but I feel like Giallo, the translation has got lost throughout the years. Where and just like myself earlier, I was like, any Italian horror movie, like, if it has the name Argento or Bava or like Fulci slammed on it, it's people are gonna be like, oh, it's a Giallo.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
100% right.
Yeah.
And like, but is The Last Shark really a Giallo? That's the question. It's like, like, what do we call
these classic?
what do we call these? What do we call these Italian movies that were just complete knockoffs of American movies?
Alien 2 on Earth.
Yeah, holy crap! It had nothing to do with LV-427 or anything like that. It was just like a different movie. And same thing with Return of the Evil Dead, right?
I remember that one.
It was like they call it the Evil Dead because the Evil Dead was so successful, and
this is a way to get people in America, especially. I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that sitting on a shelf and rented it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it feels like it's either that or something else with the Evil Dead in the title.
They did the same thing to Django. Because how many Django movies
that or something like that exists also?
Mm-hmm.
Django.
Yeah, they made like 20 Django movies with and I think there was like legitimately like 3 with Franco Nero where he reprised the role of Django.
Yep, there's probably like closer to 50 Django movies in actuality.
Just like there's 5 zombie movies or 6. I don't fucking know.
I know it's not horror, but I am also quite the spaghetti western aficionado.
And you know what the funny thing is about spaghetti western? I was talking to my wife about it. Dario Argento wrote a lot of the scripts for a lot of the Italian western spaghetti westerns, as they called.
When he was first getting started out, yeah, he did.
Yeah, like he teamed up with Sergio Leone, and he wrote the script for Once Upon a Time in the West. Like that was like his big breakthrough. And apparently Charles Bronson was supposed to die in the beginning of the movie and not come back. But they were trying to get someone else. I think they're trying to get John Wayne or something like that to play like that role. But they have Charles Bronson come back and finishing that role. Playing a Mexican, which he does not look anything Mexican.
Charles Bronson?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie, Once Upon a Time in the West?
Yeah, he looks Mexican. He could pull. I thought he pulled it off.
He was tan. I mean,
I was gonna say, just make him very tan. He could pull it off.
Well, if they can make Eli Wallach look like a Mexican, they did a fine job. Because Eli Wallach did not look like himself in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Lucio Fulci even directed a couple of spaghetti westerns, one of them starring Franco Nero.
Yeah?
It's called Massacre Time, and it was really good. It came out the same year Django did.
Django.
Probably about 6 months after Django dropped. Franco Nero did like a shit ton of spaghetti westerns after Django dropped.
It's nice to see Franco Nero reprise the role of Django in the movie Django, even though he's like he's the house guest or whatever he is. It's still Django.
He's like sitting next to Jamie Foxx, and he's like, "It's Django with a D," and he's like, "I know."
The D is silent.
The D is silent. I know.
Joe originally says bestiality. It's interspecies erotica, fucko.
So hands down, the best Franco Nero movie is Enter the Ninja, where he has someone else completely dubbing his voice.
Oh yeah.
Enter the Ninja, is that the one where the guy wears the silver mask under his, or is that what is that one?
That's Revenge of the Ninja,
okay.
Which is fucking gold.
Yes, it is. I rented that when I was like 8 years old. Loved it.
The whole last fight scene in that movie makes up for the entire waste of... No, it's not even a waste of time. It's time that
it's a good movie.
Will never get back, but you don't want it back.
I was happy with it when I saw it, but again, I was 8 and we were really into ninja movies back then. So
I think fight scene was like 25 minutes long, and they kept pulling out little gadgets out of their sleeves and just fighting. And it was just, it was so. The best part of the movie for me, hands down, is the fighting at the public park with all the kids, and there's like these like 5 burly like fat dudes dressed up as the village people, and they're just hanging out at this kids park, waiting for Sho Kosugi to show up, and they're like, "Hey, you're him," and he fights them on the jungle gym. And
we totally did this on VHS, didn't we?
I think so. No,
I think we did.
We did.
Honor one.
Rage of Honor.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Rage of Honor is my favorite Sho Kosugi movie, but Revenge of the Ninja is definitely right behind it, whispering in its ear. I'm telling you, those fucking movies, dude. Like, Canon made the best ninja movies of all time.
Yes, they did. I agree with you. I just want to throw this out there. If you go to Amazon right now, you can get Rage of Honor, American Ninja, and Revenge of the Ninja for $13.95. All 3 of them. Michael Dudikoff and American Ninja. Come on, can't beat that.
Is it the Arrow one?
No, it's just a cheap DVD. Did they have it on Blu-ray?
I think they got it on Blu-ray.
Oh man, that's a game changer.
You know who has Revenge of the Ninja, Pray for Death, and Rage of Honor on a really nice Blu-ray?
Who?
Arrow.
That's what he just said.
That's what I thought.
Oh, my fucking apologies. I'm so sorry.
Come on now, Brian.
No, but they have it. They have like part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the Canon Ninja documentaries on each movie. You have to buy the other one to see the rest of the documentary.
What?
The Ninja trilogy with Revenge of the Ninja, Enter the Ninja, and Ninja 3 Domination. Oh man.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Now that's a hit.
Ninja 3 Domination, dude. Oh my god. It was like, okay, I see where we're going. And then it's like it turns into fucking Flashdance. And then it turns into The Exorcist.
It turns into Breaking.
It turns into Breaking, yeah. I mean, it's the same girl from Breaking. And yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
It's the same girl from Breaking. And it's just the movie is so funny. And it just ends. There's no explanation to the ending. Just like Revenge of the Ninja.
Didn't Scream just announced they're releasing that or something like that? I'm pretty sure they're releasing the Domination on Blu-ray.
They are.
There's a 3-pack for $50. Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3 The Domination. I may buy that.
I love those movies. Sho Kosugi. You know what? Sho Kosugi was like the B-rated like Bruce Lee of the 80s, but he came back hard with Ninja Assassin back in 2007. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. That movie was really fucking cool.
Oh god! And then they got customers who bought Rage of Honor and Pray for Death. Holy shit! Those are some titles from back in the day.
Pray for Death was probably the weakest one out of all of them.
Seeing that though.
But
why isn't there an American Ninja trilogy? I love those movies.
What was the one set you said was like for $13? I'm not seeing it.
It's a DVD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think that is the Anchor Bay one. I have that somewhere. It's like a red. It's a red cover. It has like. It's red and black, right?
Action.
Huh?
Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah, it's this 3-pack action DVD, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, this one's that's $14.99. You scroll a little bit further down, you'll see the other one. It's got Rage of Honor at the top one. It says "Own the Moments" is the name of the DVD. Own the Moments. And below that is 3 Ninjas. So $4.99 on DVD.
Oh man, 3 Ninjas.
Yep.
Now you're taking me back.
Now below that is Chinese Super Ninjas.
3 Ninjas.
Now I don't know where you're going. You just took a left turn.
I'm just going now. Oh, American Ninja 4, $19 on DVD. Jesus.
American Ninja 4 is the one that's PG-13, right?
It's got Dudikoff and the other guy, David Bradley. Is that his name?
It also has the guy who played Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, that's the PG-13 one.
Yeah, David Bradley. Annihilation.
If anybody out there is still watching us, sorry, we're nerding out on other stuff other than horror right now.
David Jeffrey, okay, the Cards are now down 4-2. Still the 7. No, they lost. I watched the whole game.
Like, Cannon had the best fucking movies ever.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that, Brian, is watching that documentary, was it American Boogaloo or whatever it is?
Yeah.
American Boogaloo.
Not realizing how many movies from Cannon, even though you see that Cannon logo all the time in the 80s, coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. I didn't realize how many movies they made. It's like they made that's why Cannon was my childhood almost,
Yep. Yeah, they made some pretty good movies in the 70s, but they were like less known. But the 80s they soared.
Yeah.
Like everything. And the most interesting part of that documentary was them talking about Masters of the Universe.
Oh God, I was just gonna go there.
Cannon also made the best Captain America movie I've ever seen.
They also made Superman: The Quest for Peace.
They did. And you know what?
That's where they went wrong. I'm telling you. They spent so much money on Masters of the Universe and Superman that's where I bet you part of why Cannon fell apart.
Yeah. It was Masters of the Universe, and Mattel thought that Cannon was going to fund the rest of the movie, and Cannon thought Mattel was going to fund the rest of the movie. They thought that each other were going to fund the rest of the movie, and they realized that they didn't have a movie anymore. And they just kind of threw in that they still had a last final battle to shoot. And throughout all the shit that has happened in that movie and how it sunk and everything, Frank Langella had the best fucking time making that movie. He talks about how that was his favorite role in any movie he's ever been in.
And he didn't look bad, other than the fact his mouth couldn't move very well. His makeup didn't look bad.
No.
His makeup actually kind of scared me as a kid.
But what killed it was that you had 3 characters from the original He-Man universe, and then you had Courtney Cox. You had this little dwarf that followed them around.
Who wasn't Orko.
Yeah, no, it's like, what the hell happened? Like, who decided to make this into a movie?
I showed that to the kids recently, and they were so uninterested.
It's definitely a kids movie for adults. That's the best way to describe it.
I really want to watch Howard the Duck right now.
Dude, everyone wants to watch Howard the Duck right now.
I got a picture of the duck nipples.
We are selling these movies as we talk about them live.
I have mine upstairs somewhere. I got to find it so I can put it in. That should be on VHS sometime.
Howard the Duck?
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just posting these pictures on Brian's timeline because he posts the weirdest shit anyway.
Post it on my timeline. I mean,
any of the weird stuff I find is thanks to Brian Enright.
You're welcome.
And it's because he posts the weirdest things on his Facebook.
I fapped to a lot of weird shit when I was a younger kid, and it's been implanted in my mind for the rest of my life.
And it's still rubbing off on him.
You know what's funny?
Oh.
I was like when I was going through like the stages of puberty and everything, and I was discovering what I could do as a kid, and becoming doing like more adult stuff and figuring out how like the human body works. I went and I discovered movies like Flesh Gordon, and I found out that Flesh Gordon had a sequel, Flesh Gordon 2. Now, I thought this was going to be like kind of like Flesh Gordon, where it was like, holy shit, this is basically a porn, but it's not a porn. And Flesh Gordon 2 was, holy shit, what the hell am I watching? Maybe there's a pair of boobs. But it was like definitely not fat material. So it was like the first time I remember just sitting in front of the TV and just going like, I just lost it. It's not going to work out for me. I'm done. Let's watch that Pamela Anderson TV show on Fox.
Oh god, what was that called? That was
VIP.
VIP. They made a video game for that too.
Yes, they did, and it was atrocious.
Yeah. Somebody asked us on our Facebook page if they could figure out where to find a copy of the movie Brain Scan.
Brain Scan? Probably Amazon.
It's got to be on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, it's...
And you could always cross-reference eBay if you can find it cheaper.
Price you get. Oh man, here's the 4-pack winner of the day. For $7 on DVD, you can get The Craft, Monster High, Fright Night, and Brain Scan all on DVD on the Thrills and Chills DVD 4-pack.
You know what? That's not bad. Drop
for $7.
Monster High is my jam.
Let me just look that boy up right now.
I love when I see packs like that. It's just like they'll have like 2 or 3 like really bad movies that you've seen over and over again, and then like the 4th movie would be like Fright Night 2. And it's like, wait, what? It's just like, there's always a diamond in the rough somewhere. And it's what I love about those packs. It's like, find some movies.
And then you get Chud too.
Yeah, you get Chud too.
Yeah.
Bud the Chud.
How are we doing with March Madness? I really love the March Madness that's going on with all the sequels.
Man, it's going well. There's some surprises so far. Freddy's Dead is still in the competition.
What?
Yeah, I can't remember
what it beat out.
Let me pull the bracket up real fast, and I'll let you know. Because final day of round 1 today, and then round 2 is going to start on Monday.
Who did Freddy's Dead beat?
No, Freddy's Dead won.
Who did it beat?
I gotta pull it up. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh man,
I'm excited. The sequel bracket is a lot more fun than the your popular horror movies.
Yeah,
because
I was
comparing trash versus worst trash.
Yeah, and I expected less people to be involved, but there's a lot of people still involved so far.
Well, it's kind of like you're like, it makes you feel good about yourself because there's a lot of times where people never see the sequels, and and then you have them come out of the woodwork. You're like, oh my god, I remember watching that sequel a long time ago. To, oh my god, I have it on DVD somewhere because I loved watching it when I was younger. And there's a lot of times where the sequels are actually better than the first movies. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So the brackets so far,
okay.
Most of the ones that I expected to win are winning, but so Freddy's Dead beat out Howling 2, which Howling 2 is not a very good movie overall. But now it's going up against Psycho 2, so I have a feeling a Nightmare on Elm Street
Dead beat Halloween 2.
What's that? Howling 2.
Oh, Howling. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and then I have a feeling that a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is in the same bracket with Freddy's Dead. It could move on to the Elite 8, if you will, the Final 8. But Chud 2 got beaten out by Friday the 13th Part 7. I was disappointed that Child's Play 3 lost to Exorcist 3, even though I do like Exorcist 3. Basket Case 2 lost to Return of the Living Dead 3. I was okay with that, even though I like Basket Case.
Basket Case 2 wasn't that great.
No. Evil Dead 2, I think, is going to win the whole thing, beat out H2O, thank God. If H2O would have beat Evil Dead 2, I would have just quit the whole thing.
Abort.
Yeah, because the Halloween movies I think Halloween may be the most mainstream horror films. I'm really starting to think that. Let's see here. All the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels are making it through to the second round. Every single one of them. Interesting matchup for the second round is Hellraiser 2 versus Friday the 13th Part 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's a good matchup.
I know what
I'm. Not such a good matchup, but it's tough for me. But Friday the 13th 5 versus Texas Chainsaw 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Pumpkinhead 2 beat out Psycho 3.
Well, Psycho 3 wasn't as good as Psycho 2.
I like Psycho 3 though. People may not say it's as good, but I really like Psycho 3.
Did Hellraiser 3 lose?
Let me see. Hellraiser 3, that's in progress right now.
Okay.
but I think it is losing.
No!
Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's going on my Blu-ray player after this is over.
Oh, man.
Like Hellraiser 3
You
Rescue.
can't go wrong with
Rest
Hellraiser
in
3.
peace, Hellraiser 3.
It's basically Pinhead the movie.
Yeah, I mean, they even said that that's Doug Bradley's movie. That's Pinhead's movie. One of our favorite people who one of my favorite people who comment on here, his name's Justin Bevan.
Mm-hmm.
He commented on a post about the remake of not the remake, the Thing being a remake, the 2011 version, and it was pretty funny. But he said anything after 2 for Hellraiser's trash. So let's see, Hellraiser.
Everybody's got an opinion, but
Yeah, his opinion sucks. He's the most negative person I've ever seen on our page. So, yeah, Halloween 4 versus Hellraiser 3. It's 48 votes for Halloween 4 and 41 for Hellraiser 3.
Fuck my life. Well, it's a close one.
Well, I mean, most of my friends have voted on it. Mark Giedemann, my brother-in-law Jake, Chuck Ransford, Brian Enright, all voted Hellraiser 3. So I don't see Jared on here anywhere.
I think it's going to be. Here's my prediction. I think it's going to be. Nightmare on Elm Street versus Halloween versus Friday the 13th versus Evil Dead 2.
So, well, here my final 4 is going to be Army of Darkness versus Evil Dead 2 because let's face it, they're very popular. Aliens versus.
Oh shit! I forgot Aliens is on.
Yeah, probably New Nightmare.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Aliens versus New Nightmare, and then I bet I'm going to go with Aliens versus Evil Dead 2. That's what I'm final.
Yeah, I think Aliens versus Evil Dead 2 is going to be the final one.
And I bet Aliens wins.
I could see that.
I don't know. Evil Dead 2 might win because you're talking to a bunch of horror people here.
I know, but
people may not consider Aliens horror.
I don't, but it's a part of the franchise, so it's horror. Along with Halloween or Alien 3, which I still think is underrated. But that's just me. I like Alien 3. I like all of the aliens except for Resurrection.
I like the director's cut of Alien 3 when David Fincher got to go back and make the movie the way
that's the only way to watch them. When they release the DVDs and the Blu-rays, they have the option of the director's cut or the all 4 of them. And I was watching
director's cut.
All of them.
Yeah, that's
always
the only way I watched them.
Yeah.
Even Alien director's cut, you don't get the Dallas in the cocoon scene in the original theatrical version. Like it just makes more sense with Ripley getting haunted by the xenomorph and then going to a lower level and finding.
Did they cut it because of time constraints, or did they cut out just the key scene?
I think they cut it out because maybe production thought it wasn't important, which they're fucking wrong because in the movies they do what to the people that they keep alive. They put them in cocoons and impregnate them.
All right, so let's do this real fast. I'm going to read off some of the matchups for round 2, and you guys give me which one you think is going to win. Okay. Aliens versus Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell. Fuck the world.
Did we really?
Lombardo is going to catfish our poll just for that win.
He will.
Is that really the next one?
That's the next matchup.
That is a horrible matchup.
Jaws 3 was beaten by Jason Goes to Hell, and Aliens beat out Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4. So
in Jaws 3 and Jason Goes to Hell. In Jason Goes to Hell defense, Jason Goes to Hell was better than Jaws 3.
I know, but Jared and I talked about we both like that Jaws 3.
I do love Jaws 3.
Yeah, so do I. So I mean, it's
Dennis Quaid's second best film.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have Jason Goes to Hell's director's cut versus Jaws 3, then Jason Goes to Hell.
So I mean, it's
Echo.
Sorry, I started playing our live video again.
Okay.
So then another matchup is, let's see what's a good one. Exorcist 3 versus Army of Darkness. And I think, honestly, I love Army of Darkness, but I think Exorcist 3 is a better movie. I mean, that's just me.
What do you think, Brian?
Fuck. I love Army of Darkness. Don't get me wrong. I have like 7 different versions of Army of Darkness in my DVD rack.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to give it to Army of Darkness because Exorcist 3 is a great movie, but I wish they would have fucking released the original director's vision. When, instead of
When it was
taking off. Yeah. Like they should have kept that version with William Blatty's original intention to keep
I agree with
Dorf as his character and not bring in fucking Merlin from Excalibur to come in as a priest to do his blessing. The whole priest scene at the end made no goddamn sense.
Well, they went in and added an exorcism. I think I saw a documentary about why it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be Legion, right? And they didn't think it would sell, so they made it an Exorcist sequel and just added the exorcism in at the end. It wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah, but I mean,
like Dante at work, he wasn't supposed to be here.
I wish that they, the audience is smart. They know that it's in the same universe as The Exorcist.
But Hollywood doesn't think the audience is smart. That's the thing.
That's why we have 8 Resident Evil movies.
Yeah. I was wondering if Resident Evil was going to be brought up.
Resident Evil will always be brought up. That movie is the fucking devil.
Well, Jared, what do you think? Exorcist 3 or Army of Darkness?
I think Exorcist 3 is way better than Exorcist 2, but
I like Exorcist 2. I don't care what anybody says.
in this matchup, I have to go with my nostalgic reasoning, and I'm going to have to go.
What was that?
Army of Darkness, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, are you still there? What happened to him?
Did I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out a minute.
No, I just said I have to go with my nostalgic reasoning, and I'll go with Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Okay, here's another good one. I got 3 more I want to do. A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 versus Halloween 2. Ooh. Now, I'm partial to Halloween or Nightmare 4, so I'm voting for that. Halloween 2 is the best of all of the Halloween sequels, even though it doesn't count now. But I'm still going to go with Lisa Wilcox and Nightmare 4, Dream Master.
Halloween
Jared, if
2,
you want to go.
Final answer.
Okay. Final answer. What about you, Brian?
It's sad to say that Halloween 2 is the best sequel to the original Carpenter Halloween, because Halloween 2, in my opinion, wasn't that good of a movie, but it had to finish off what happened with the first movie. I get it. But I had a lot more fun watching Dream Masters. It's just a better movie.
Yeah,
because it just seemed like it had more heart and it cared. Where Halloween 2 is all right, we're gonna bring back the score, we're gonna bring back the characters, even though it's we're
gonna give a bullshit reason why Michael Myers is going after Laurie Strode.
Right.
Yeah.
Continually.
Yeah, and the Halloween 2 should have been the movie that killed off Mike Myers. Okay, I mean, was it a good movie? It did its part. It wasn't the best fucking thing I've seen in the world, but it did its part.
Honestly, I think 4 is the better sequel. So, and of course, I think 3 is the best of all of them. But I discounted 3 as a sequel because it's a standalone film.
It's total standalone.
Yeah,
and I was going to say that too. Halloween 3 is better than Halloween 2.
That's why Halloween 3 is not on this list, because it's a standalone film.
Halloween 3 is better than Halloween.
Yeah. So, okay.
In my opinion. Let's piss off the horror.
It's definitely more original when you think about it.
Friday the 13th, Part 4 versus Evil Dead 2.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
See, now this is where it could get interesting, because there is a big fan base for Friday the 13th that follows us now. So I'm kind of wondering if that may tip the scales and knock Evil Dead 2 off. Because that is probably the quintessential Friday the 13th movie and the overall fan favorite other than Jason Lives.
Yeah.
Let's say that Friday the 13th beats off Evil Dead 2. Beats it off good.
Jason's gonna beat off Ash.
Is he gonna beat him off good? Yeah.
It's gonna beat him off good. It's gonna come down to Aliens and Friday the 13th final chapter.
That could be.
Jesus.
That could be. That very well could be. So the last one I have. Just give me 1 second because the other one's in the middle of being, voted on. So I want to make sure. But Brian, Friday the 13th, Part 8. Versus either Prom Night 2.
Oh, we're golden. We're golden.
Or Basket Case 3.
We're golden.
I'm not
sure my answer.
I'm pulling for Manhattan. I'm sorry.
Oh, I am too.
Versus those two options, Manhattan wins.
Manhattan's going to go up against Dream Warriors next if it wins. Because Dream Warriors.
God damn it.
God bless America.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot stand Dream Warriors and everyone's obsession with it. It was okay. It wasn't that great.
That bracket could come down to Dream Warriors.
Don't want to dream no more.
Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, I mean. Or it could be Dream Warriors versus Friday the 13th Part 4.
Yeah. Well, let me just say that
Part 4 is kind of boring to me versus Dream Warriors. They're both kind of boring.
If any other title besides Evil Dead 2 goes against Aliens, they're going to lose to Aliens. I think that Evil Dead 2 and Aliens are going to be the hardest choice to make.
Yeah. Looks like with the least amount of votes we've had so far, Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 is winning. So it looks like it's going to move on to go up against Jason Takes Manhattan. So
I'm so happy that Manhattan made it through the first round.
It beat Howling 3, which is one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen.
Howling.
Yeah, Howling 3. Yeah, it was confusing putting all these together because I would look at them and I'd
see the one with the marsupials?
Yeah, marsupials, yep.
And I know there's motherfuckers out there who purposely voted for the Howling 3 over Manhattan because they dislike Manhattan so much that they just don't want to see it move on to the next round. I know you're out there, people.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
no.
Jason Takes Manhattan has a nostalgic place in my heart, but it's not that bad. If you take geography out of it, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, if you take all nautical logic out of it, it's a great movie.
Plus, it has a killer intro song.
It has a heroin scene. I mean, you can't get any more extreme than that.
And Rennie's fine minutes later.
Yeah. She's like, I'm okay. I'm just,
She got some bad shit.
Obviously.
It didn't work good enough.
So the brackets are fun. They're going well. Round 2 is all next week. Mm-hmm. Round 3 is the following week, and then round 4 it'll be over by the end of the month. I'm not doing it on the weekends this year.
Yeah.
I want to try to let it last through March. Otherwise, I could get it done in a couple of days.
I'm hurt that Hellraiser 3 lost, but I got other titles hanging on strong.
Yeah, I'd like to do another bracket at the end of the month if we have a short bracket, if we have time. And I was thinking about doing another one, but I need some people to give me some ideas of what to do. It could be movies. I thought about doing for the weekend of Friday the 13th. Doing a Friday the 13th. We did it for the Horror Movie Massacre group back in the day, but the best kills. Ooh. Do you remember that? Anybody remember that? It was 16 kills from the movies. Then we put them head to head, and I'm pretty sure back then the Jason X head smash, the Frozen head smash won. I think either that or the sleeping bag. Those two were the last two.
Yeah, I want to say maybe the sleeping bag edged it out, but I do remember that.
Even though I believe the best kill to be in Jason Lives, of course, when Sheriff Garris gets it, he gets fucking bent backwards. Come on.
Bent backwards?
And you can hear the pops and stuff. Man, it's such a good kill. But I don't know. There's something like that. I've always wanted to do the monster one, but Michael Myers probably will win that.
What is it? I'm kind of brain farting on which one it was. Was it Jason 5? I think it was Jason 5, where they're in the RV and he pushes her fucking head through
That's
the bathroom.
Jason Lives. Yeah,
That's 6. Okay.
Yeah, with Court. Yeah. Teenage Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's when he's listening to Alice Cooper while he's driving. He's like, yeah!
Oh, that's right.
No house before.
No animals when they were banging. And she was like, it's my favorite part. He's like, are you going to come?
How much is left of the song? Only 10 more minutes. How long is that song? Jesus Christ.
How long?
So just an update on my alerting everybody on VHS at midnight to what movies we're watching, Sister Act and Sister Act 2. We've got 3 loves. So Nick Garber, Victoria Enright, and Nicholas Adele all love that we're going to do that tonight. So Brian, set her up.
Oh, man. Let me get my hood on and my praise for Jesus. We're going to sing us some Sister Act 2 songs. Hail, Holy Queen and Virgin, oh, Maria. Do more of that.
Lauren Hill will be singing in that. She's got the same birthday as me.
I will follow him wherever he may go. Ooh, there isn't an ocean too deep. Yeah.
Best nude scene. Joe Ridgely, what was the best nude scene? And because I don't. Matthew Chavez says Veronica was I, knowing that it is clean to have happen in real life. That's made it creepy. Does that do it for you?
What?
Does that do it for you when it says based on true events? That does nothing for me.
No, that lost its.
I just watched Goodfellas last night, and it says based on true events, and yeah, I'm sure it's really that true.
That means to me that it could be 10% true based on true
exactly. Events. Same thing with Casino. I watched Casino the other day too, and it's like based on true events. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're in a gangster kind of frame of mind.
I am. I've been watching my favorite movie of all time is The Godfather. So,
I love me some good.
Joe Ridgely, don't know. Best nude scene ever. You want to feature the best nude? We can't do that on Facebook.
We can totally do it on Facebook.
Joe, are you a fan of the VHS at midnight?
He is.
Good.
Joe Ridgely, I am going to be on his show, Technical Difficulties, sometime in April to talk about the Horror Syndicate and VHS at midnight. So I want you guys to make sure that you guys tune in, and I'll be wearing my THS, the Horror Syndicate shirt the whole time I am on.
Why did he draft you? We got 2 other better looking guys over here.
I'm here.
I think it was originally because of VHS at midnight, and then I segued him into the Horror Syndicate.
We should have a front man from now on to do all of our appearances.
I vote Mike Lombardo.
Miguel Lambrusco.
Or Dario Argentino. But I don't know when I'm going to be on the air. Technical Defects. I am so sorry I pronounced that name wrong. I think on Tuesday they're having Marilyn Gigliotti from the Clerks, and they're having George Cameron Romero on their show. Sweet. And I also got hit up from Talking Terror. Saw them at NJ HorrorCon. I don't know if they're watching us tonight, but they definitely want to have a cross promo show with the 3 of us. On their show on Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio. Boom. If you're the host, please press 1. If not, please stay tuned to listen to the prompts.
That was going to be
the line.
That was going to be where our show was going to be, was Blog Talk Radio. And the first episode was a nightmare, so we did this instead.
Remember that first episode? Holy shit. I was losing my goddamn mind. But the best times I lose my goddamn mind is when I'm on Facebook Live and the both of you are just staring at me as I go like this the entire episode.
What's Brian doing?
What is Brian doing?
It's like,
we have dead air and Brian's freaking out, so let's take it away, guys.
Dead air. I love dead air. That's basically all the plot of Sister Act 3 was dead air. I'm surprised that, you know what? If Sister Act came out in the 80s, I bet you the Italians would have jumped all over it.
Oh, they totally would have.
And it would have been like the return of the Sister Act. It would have had like a shark coming out and eating nuns. It would have had zombies popping out. Maybe would have had a little boy from the House by the Cemetery. He might show up and sing a song, except he'd probably be, you know, a nun.
And annoying.
And annoying. Bob.
Mommy! It's okay, Mommy!
One of my favorite quotes from any Italian movie, or no, it wasn't Italian, it was Spanish, was from Burial Grounds with the little midget guy. And he's just like, Mother, this cloth smells of death.
And so do your areolas, Mummy.
Burial Grounds. Okay. It's Monday and Maryland is Friday. So technical defects, go check them out. Monday it's George Cameron Romero, and on Friday it's Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks.
Sweet.
So, I've seen her a few times. We did a lot of. I used to do a lot of conventions in Atlantic City, and she was always brought in as part of the Clerks crew. Very nice person. She's a sweetheart. We're friends on Facebook.
George Cameron Romero is a friend of VHS at Midnight, and we should get him on as a guest on here soon too.
I know. I want to talk to him about the failed Resident Evil movie.
Yeah. I remember, yeah.
But he doesn't know if he can talk about it with us, but I will make him talk about it. I'll be like, why is there no Resident Evil movie that is actually Resident Evil?
Brian, there are 6 of them. Come on.
I thought there was 8. My bad. I lost count after the first one. That's not true, though. The third one was actually enjoyable if it wasn't a Resident Evil movie. The first one was okay. As a movie, it was fine. But
I remember seeing it in the theater and be like, what? What? I kept saying what? Because I was not sure what was happening.
Did you play the games before you watched the movie?
Of course. I've been playing the game since the first one, since the DualShock version came out of the first one.
Yeah, like 96, 95.
Yeah, I think it was 96. I think that's when I got, because I had gotten my license. And the first thing I did when I got my license, I saved up to go buy a PlayStation. And I bought the PlayStation. Actually, I bought Resident Evil before I even bought the PlayStation. Because
Resident Evil was the first game I bought on the PlayStation.
I got something from Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I hear Inferno in the background. I'm like dancing to it, man.
That's one of the best things about this Giallo. Any Italian horror movie generally has a great soundtrack, or at least a great score. A theme, I mean.
My duck tits are hard right now.
Your nips?
My duck nips are hard right now. My duck tits.
Duck tits, duck nips.
He's Howard the Duck Quack. Fucking.
I made a birthday present for Mike Lombardo. It's probably funnier to me than it is to him.
Maybe Brian can join on Monday. Nah, man, that's George's spot. I will come on in April with you guys, which is what, 3-4 weeks away. We'll keep our date in April. because I will be going crazy this
Joe will
month.
be on our show.
What?
Does Joe want to be on our show?
Yeah, Joe, you can join in on our show. We'd love to have you as a guest. Do a little cross promo.
It's a picture of Whoopi Goldberg dressed up in her nun costume. And it says, "Are you?" And she's got her arms open. It says, "Are you not entertained?"
All right, so I have 19 fucking notifications on my Facebook, and I have not checked my Facebook since we've been live. And I have not checked my phone since we've been live. I am so nervous to go to my Facebook right now and see what Ray Mark is posting.
Well, let me make sure to put something really good on there then.
As long as it involves Harambe, Brian will be okay.
All I know is I know Whoopi Goldberg is there. I know Duck Tits are there. I know that the girl from Inferno, her boobs are on there.
That's on the kid's page.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know what else to expect on this page. I am frightened for my life, but that's okay because I'm always frightened for my life. Oh my god. Blood beat. If you're gonna beat it, make sure there's blood involved. Blood beat. About a killer samurai who only comes out when the lead female is having sex. Samurai kills randos on the street. I know, right? I know. It's intense. It's that kind of movie. It's Sarah and her boyfriend Ted have decided to spend Christmas with Ted's mother at her home in rural Wisconsin. However, upon arriving, Sarah begins to feel a strange presence around her, and soon after, a mysterious figure garbed in a samurai outfit begins murdering the townsfolk, eventually setting his sights on Sarah, Ted, and his family. The supernatural slasher film like no other, Fabrice Safrito's French-U.S. co-production Blood Beat applies an art house aesthetic to its American regional cinema stylings, resulting in a dreamy and haunting atmosphere to complement the bloodletting and outrageous twists. Barely released on video in the U.S. and never officially released on disc, Vinegar Syndrome presents the Blu-ray debut of this one-of-a-kind horror oddity restored in 4K from its original 35mm negative. Special features: newly scanned and restored in 4K from the 35mm original negative. Commentary track with Fabrici Safaritos. That's how they say his name, I guess. Interview with him. Vladimir Van Mao, the cinematographer from Blood Beat. He's got an interview on there. Blood Beat silent version, which is 28 minutes.
What are you talking about? What are you blathering on about?
Blood Beat. The movie that I will watch.
Busy posting stuff on your Facebook page to pay attention.
Yeah, this is Blood Beat. It's about a girl who, every time she has sex, a ghost samurai starts killing the townspeople in rural Wisconsin.
Ooh, perfect setting.
Like,
I know, right?
Is it the same girl, or is it just any time a girl has sex?
No, it's the same girl. Whenever she has sex, Demon Samurai comes out and fucking kills randos on the street.
Oh, yeah, man.
So it is. It's like a social commentary of STDs.
With a samurai.
What's kill everybody else.
Oh my god. All right, well, you guys want to wrap up this Facebook Live? Because we got about 2 minutes till the hour, or 1 minute till the hour.
You gotta get ready for VHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
If anybody's still watching us.
Joe! All right, well, thanks for joining us, Joe. I really do appreciate it here on THS Lives. Another fantastic episode. We covered the Oscars, covered Veronica, we covered Masters of the Universe, canon ninja movies, Howard the Duck, Duck Tits, Nip Slips, and all sorts of stuff. So my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me here as on the Horror Syndicate on Facebook as Brian Enright, or you can follow me at The Horror Jew on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also follow VHS Midnight on Instagram and Facebook as well. We will be on there in an hour with another double feature presentation. Mwah! So up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared.
You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau or on the Twitterverse at at zombie_survivor. Thanks for listening to us blabber on. It was fun talking to you guys again, as always. Have a good night, all.
Thank you very much, Jared. And last but not least, Razor.
I'm going to watch Inferno again later tonight, probably around 1:30. You can find me at Razor_33 on Twitter if you'd like, or, Apogee Comics on the Facebook, the Twitter, wherever, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter to me. I don't respond to anybody. If you want, check out the stuff I just posted on Brian's Facebook page. You'll get to see Interspecies Erotica.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
It's only 3 things. And then if you go to Mike Lombardo's page, you'll see Whoopi Goldberg like this saying, "Are you not entertained?" Happy birthday, Mike. And thanks for everybody for joining us.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night and be safe.